Hello and welcome back to, I forget what the title of the series is, but it's the Arsenal save that I was doing for the beta and carrying on a little bit. But I have been playing, and the aim was to sort of carry on a little bit as much as possible, but the Cole Shorten save really has just dominated my time. And enjoyment, actually. I've been, even when I haven't been sort of recording or whatever, I've been playing through to get to the recording point, at work, at home. A lot of editing, trying to get ahead, that sort of stuff, just not wanting to put it down, and in some cases gone a lot further ahead in the save than I wanted to and whatnot. But yeah, we're here, back with Arsenal, and got a lot of stuff to catch up on. It's been probably about a month since I've played this save. Actually, I've dipped in here and there, done some training, worked on the training aspects, that sort of stuff, looked at some transfers, played a few games as well, because we're not coming back to the first game of the season. We've played a few, so I don't really remember what's going on or exactly. I've got some notes, but they're kind of out my brain a little bit. So you can see we're on the finance screen right now. £250 million in the bank. We've still got an £84 transfer budget. Now I can't remember if that's because we just haven't spent a lot of it, or because we didn't really need to, or whether it's because we sold a lot of players. I think it's a combination of both. I think we promoted a lot of youth players this year where we could. We've had a few players come back off loan. I think that's what's happened. In terms of news, Zinedine Zidane has been hired by Spurs, so he's the new Spurs manager this season. We've had a retiree. We've had Lichtsteiner retiring. Tried to talk him out of it, but it didn't really work. He still retired. So what we're going to do, we're going to quickly jump in the transfers, roll the transfer centre music, if you please, editor me, and we'll jump in, see the ins and the outs. So this is the first in, Jack Butland. We needed some English players. We needed probably a new goalkeeper for Czech, who's on his way out a little bit. They'd been relegated, Stoke, so it made sense, this deal. I got him for 20 million. He's played a few games already this season. I think that's a very good signing for us. It's an obvious signing. We're trying to also go back a little bit to, it's kind of my aim maybe with this season a little bit, and going forward taking a save. The aim is obviously trying to win the Champions League. We're inventing the Invincibles, so the tactic is kind of being played that way. I need to try and get some of those sort of players in, similar styles, that sort of stuff, but also try and reflect the personalities and the players that are here at the time. If I get a good Swedish right midfielder, a good French left midfielder, that sort of stuff, a good Brazilian holding midfielder, to imitate Lundberg, Pires, Gilberto, all that sort of stuff. We'll try and do that as best as we can. Obviously we didn't have an English goalkeeper so much back then in the Invincibles. It was Jens Lehmann. We've got Leno, but he's a good backup. So, and I think he's played a little bit this season because I think Leno's injured, but we'll have a look at the fixtures and the schedule, what we've done so far. Now, a big position I felt we needed was centre-back, so we brought in Nicholas Sewell from, I think it's Bayern Munich. It is Bayern Munich. He comes in for 20 million as well. I think he was transfer listed possibly, but he's not playing well for us so far this season. He's played 5 games for Bayern Munich as well, so a bit of a strange one why they let him go. But I mean, his attributes are absolutely fantastic. He's 3.5 current, 4 potential, but I think he's better than that. We've got, obviously we sold Mustafi in the summer, didn't we? I think, or we sold him to Bayern Munich at some point. So we need another centre back, a big centre back. So 6'4", don't get much better than that. BFG again, big F in German. Tackling 15, marking 15, heading 16, decisions 14. Determination's dropped a little bit, but positioning's going up 15, pace 17. He's fantastic. I think he'll come very, very good for us. And yeah, great signing. Due to one of the outs, we need a left back, which we'll go into in a minute. But Layvin Kurzawa was transfer listed by PSG. He was wanted by, I forget who now. I do remember him being wanted. I don't remember, it was so long ago. And we just got in there, gazumped the deal. And he comes in, 4 appearances so far. He's not played great as well, to be honest. And we've a lot of positions, a lot of these players that we brought in, they're not replacing who we had to start with at the moment, because they're not really doing the job maybe that the other ones were. But he comes in for 10.25 million. He's a French international. He's established. He's going into the peak of his career. Could be, I mean, what was Arsenal back then? It was Ashley Cole and Gael Clichy. It was sort of fringe. So we kind of got that at the moment. I did try and get, I think, Sessegnon from Fulham, but I don't think they were playing ball. We might go back in at some point in the future and try that. Not sure how long Kolasinac's got, but he's good for us. He plays well, so we'll see. And then the final signing, I felt we needed a bit more strengthening up front. We go back to my Shakhtar save and we get Maximilian Romero. This guy was an absolute god for me at Shakhtar on FM19. He's done alright so far, 1 goal in 2 games and 1 sub appearance. He's a wonder kid at the moment. We didn't sign him from Vélez. He's already, I think in real life actually, at PSV Eindhoven. We signed him for £1 million, £1.5 million cheaper than they paid for him. He did 6 goals in 12 last season for PSV, so that's pretty good. So yeah, hopefully he can come in and sort of get amongst the goals as best as he can, really. We have mainly one striker spot, but if we bring him on, I think we tend to go 2 up front or have a little bit of change up if Ozil is injured or not playing well. Now we'll just quickly run through the outs on this screen just very quickly. So Monreal goes to China for £10.5 million. Koscielny, hence we needed a centre back, goes to Lyon for nearly 20 million, or 23.5 in future. That was an obvious deal. He's old, he's come back from an injury. We needed someone better. We had an opportunity to get Nicolas Soule, I don't know how you pronounce it, but we made it an obvious deal. 10 million for Ospina to Napoli. Asano, the Japanese player, comes back off loan and goes to Feyenoord for nearly 4 million. Xhaka goes back again to Shakhtar, bit of a Shakhtar throwback there. 17 million rising to nearly 25. Tried to get a bit more for him. No one was really biting, so we took what we could get. In terms of season preview, so that's all the transfers. We're going to go back here. So we are currently, we look at the league table now because we're just getting into it. We are we are 9th, 4 games, 1 win, 2 draws and 1 loss, minus 1 goal difference, 5 points. We're already 7 points off the top, so not having quite so good an impact of a season we had last year, but we've got a few players to bed in, that sort of stuff. The season preview has us down to finish 6th. So bearing in mind we finished 2nd last year, I think that's a bit harsh, but I mean, judging on our form so far this season, we'll be lucky to finish 6th as it's going. We're not playing well, but hopefully we can sort of pick up. Ancelotti is at Man City, Zidane is at Tottenham. I don't know where Pochettino, did he go to Real Madrid or something? Did he get sacked? Pochettino, he was sacked and he's nowhere at the moment. Hasn't even been snapped up by Man United just yet. So yeah, expected to finish 6th. We've had a bit of an overhaul of the backroom staff. We've got ourselves a new assistant manager. We got rid of Bold. If we go to staff, we have got this guy, Fernando Chalana, Portuguese assistant manager. He's okay. He's not amazing. He's better than Boldy, and he had a few things better than Boldy that I needed. Not to mention some of the formation stuff he likes to play as well. A little bit more sort of relevant to us, I guess. But we try to get Bold back as a coach. So far he hasn't bitten, but hopefully at some point. If we go to the league, we'll have a look at who was promoted this season. So we've got Aston Villa bounce back up. Well, not bounce back up, they're back up. We've got Norwich and West Brom bounce back up. Who went down? We probably looked at it at the end of last season, didn't we? But I think Fulham, Cardiff and Palace. So yeah, Fulham weren't really biting with Sessegnon. I'm sure I looked at him. Did I look at him? Did he go somewhere else? No, Ryan Sessegnon, there he is. Wonder Kid. Yeah, they wanted some ridiculous money. I didn't even scout him. They wanted some ridiculous money for him at some point. He says I'm not interested. I must have given up on him or something. I definitely put a bid in for him. I'm not sure I did, unless I totally forgot and then ended up getting Kurzawa because he came available, something like that. Yeah, the assistant manager, promoted, relegated, that sort of stuff. We've covered the transfers. We'll have a look at the games we have played. Doing this all a bit out of sync in this game. I have just recorded a Cole Shorten episode. So yeah, we lost our opening games 2-0 to Southampton. Not much to say about that really, but it wasn't a great performance. We lost 2 late goals, 83 and 87 minutes. We probably did enough to get the draw, if not win. They've got Gabigol in their team this season, but yeah, we had a disappointing loss in the first game of the season at home. We then drew 2-2 with Leicester away. It was Morelos gave them the lead before away we pulled them back, and then Torreira gave us the lead before Morelos. Is that the Morelos who's at Rangers? Pulled back a 2-2 draw. It is the Morelos that's at Rangers. 12 million signing for them. We then played Wolves, where we got our first win and only win of the season so far. Mesut Ozil on 60 minutes, battered them. Probably should have done better than we did, but hey ho. And then we had a final 1-1 draw against Everton. Romero getting his goal, getting us back in the game after Sancho gave them the lead. Which brings us to today, and probably not the best episode to be bringing, but it's Chelsea. They started off having a pretty good run at us before we sort of picked up a bit of form back against them and sort of managed to get a bit of a foothold against them. So we'll cut to the squad screen right now. I need to work out what we're going to play in this game actually. So this is the lineup we're going to go with. We're going to go with Aubameyang up top, supported by Mesut Ozil. Iwobi on the left, Vecino in the middle, Torreira in the middle as well, and Mkhitaryan on the right. We've got Kolasinac and Bellerin back at fullbacks, and then we've got Holding and Socrates in defence, and Leno kind of sticking as much as possible the players from last season. Elneny has dropped down. He was the key figure here last season, but not started this season quite so great, so we're giving Torreira more of an opportunity. Vecino's come in maybe for like Ramsey. Elneny's played a little bit here with Torreira recently. We've got Lacazette on the bench, Ramsey, Romero, Rafinha, Soule, and Pereira. Also got Chambers, and did I say Chambers? I think I said Chambers. They've gone Morata, Willian, Hazard, Bakayoko, back from loan, Kante and Jorginho, Emerson, Zuma, Rudiger and Zappacosta with Arrizabalaga, Kepa in goal, Pasalic, Aya, Lewis, Batshuayi, Frankie de Jong, Andreas Christensen and Oliver Giroud on the bench. So hopefully we can get a good positive result here and get our season really, back on track and kicking. We need to close that gap at the top, and this will go some ways doing that because they are, I think, what were they, top? Or certainly near the top somewhere. So we need a good result here today. Yeah, the top. So we need to close that gap in as much as we can. We have a throw in here. Bellerin finds Mkhitaryan. Doesn't find Mkhitaryan. Can we regroup in time? Kante's coming forward. Iwobi makes the interception and sets Aubameyang free. Can he find a good cross here? He does. Mkhitaryan at the back post. 1-0 after 2 minutes. That's the sort of start, perfect tonic we needed after this dismal start to this season. With 22% possession, we've hit them on a bit of a counter here, and Aubameyang just drives down the left hand side like he likes to do, Henry-esque. Whips in a great ball, left footed first time, and Aubameyang goes to the back post, Ljungberg-esque. It's the Invincibles, they're back, we're back. I wish they were. So there's another throw in here. Kolasinac finds Iwobi. He's got a player ghosting in at the right hand side. He does. It's Bellerin. Can he get a good ball in himself here? And he drops it back to Ozil. He's found some space. Oh, and I thought he'd curled that into the top far corner, but it goes just over. So we get to half time and it's 1-0. Very good value. They've had no shots on target from 4. We've had 5 from 7. Okay, the percentage possession is a bit, but we're not that too worried. It's not really. We're about very much on the counter attack. Look to find space in behind, that sort of stuff. And it's so far going quite well. We've got the chance we need, and we're gonna just do this team talk out the way and kick into the second half. Now I did notice in my notes today we're supposed to be playing Everton and also have the Champions League draw, but I obviously went a bit too far and carried on, possibly because of the terrible season we were having. But we'll look at the Champions League draw, who we got. You might have seen it in the schedule anyway, but we'll have a quick look at that. I think we've got a Champions League game next actually. I don't think we're going to play it in this episode though. Very much more to the one game an episode at the moment. Chelsea throw in their half, but Ozil snatches it. Aubameyang's in. Can he score? He hits the post when he should score. I think he's offside. He is. And that's the highlight. Throw in for Chelsea. Can we nick it away again? We kind of do, but Leno punches, but it goes straight back to Kante. If we can apply some pressure here, don't header it. Just he had time to take that under control. We're going to score from. Oh, that's how the shortened goals normally go in. We give away a stupid header like that when they can control it, and it gets headed back to them. They shoot from long range and score. But Vecino into Torreira. The two Uruguayans combining nicely into Iwobi. Finds Kolasinac, who's ahead of him at the moment for some reason, and he's been caught out. Oh no, this is where it's going to equalise. Oh, Hazard shoots just wide. I expected him to score that, to be honest. Throwing of our own. Aubameyang finds Iwobi. Back to Aubameyang into Ozil. 2-0. That should be the game, set a match with 2 minutes to go. Well, 20 minutes to go rather. And that's the goal we needed just to settle the nerves a little bit. That 1-0, it was always risky, despite how well we've been playing and how, well, okay we've been playing and how poorly they've been playing. But Iwobi finds Aubameyang, who just, first time across, and on the volley, Ozil, he just oozing class again. 2-0. And I've just realised as we get to 90 minutes, I haven't made any subs. Absolute schoolboy error. I don't know what's gone on, but Torreira's got the free kick, whips it in, and it's going to be cleared, and that'll be the end of the game. And a great 2-0 win. deserved. They didn't have a shot on target, so then, you know, barring a really bad own goal, you're not going to score with those. So yeah, fantastic. We're back to winning ways. Hopefully we can put a bit of a run together now. Like I said, I'm pretty sure we've got Man United in the league next. That'll be an easy game. Not. So I watched too much Office over the Christmas, and that was just a bit of a Gareth impression there. If we go to the schedule, yes, we've got Champions League Group H. We are with Barcelona, Anderlecht and Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now, anything we can take on Barcelona will be a minor miracle. Anderlecht, I'd expect us to hopefully take 6 points from, and Borussia Mönchengladbach, maybe win at home, grab a draw away. Maybe the home games against Borussia Dortmund first. So we've got a good chance to get some points on the board. Home against Borussia Dortmund, away to Anderlecht. I don't know if Anderlecht have got anyone I'm familiar with particularly. Maybe one or two. Dennis Appiah, I seem to know the name. I don't know why. I think that's about it, really. They've got a full team though, so they're not a team of blacked out players who don't exist. So yeah, we've got a tough little run here. So we've got, what's that? Borussia Mönchengladbach. We just had Chelsea, obviously, Man United, Wolves, who I think we've got our only win of the season in the league against up to that point. So that'd be a tough one in the League Cup. We've got Watford. Yeah, and we've got the Barcelona North London derby 4 days apart in October, so that'd be a fun time. So that's the draw. What else do we need to look at? I think that's about it really for today's episode. So what I'm going to do, I'll play through this point. I'm going to play at work tomorrow. I don't know when we're going to come back. I want to try and get through these seasons sort of as fast as possible. Playing 2 different saves at work is probably going to prove to be quite difficult time wise, because the Carl Short one takes up quite a lot of time, and then I'm going to be rendering it in and all that sort of stuff as well. So these videos will be very sporadic. In my mind, the aim is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Carl Short, and Tuesday, Thursday for the Arsenal episodes, but that's probably a bit optimistic. Yeah, but we'll see how it goes. We've got a little bit of time to try and play through. I've got another experiment video. I want to try and get out 5 episodes in 1 week as well. It's my last one I've got recorded, and probably my last one for a little while actually. I've got a couple more ideas, but none that I'm particularly bothered about doing at the moment. If I do get around to doing them, it'll be because there's some sort of relevance around them, perhaps. But yeah, we'll come back at some point for the next episode. If you enjoyed today's episode, please do drop a like. If you're new to the channel, this has brought you here, drop a sub below. There is a playlist of the first season as well, mostly covering the beta, but we did play it a little bit later as well, because until I was ready to start my Carl Short and save. There's a playlist for that as well, possibly down below. If not, in my channel you can find it certainly. And yeah, any comments as well, please do drop those. Always welcome and always replied to, I must add. So yeah, until next episode, whenever that may be, and whatever game that may be, hopefully maybe something like Barcelona Tottenham double header maybe, we'll see. I'll see you next time. Take care.